Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So now we are on the element of air. The element of air, the invisible gaseous matter that is all around us. It's the how we live. We need air to live. It's the winds, it's the storms, it's everything. It's our mental process. It can be permanent or temporary. It can work for a spell under any and every angle. It's important to know that this is one of the elements that's mostly off balance. When we are off balance, it would be air because the climate affects our balance to air. There's a lot that does, so it's the one that would be off balance. If it was, that would be the main one basically. Now, air, breath in Welsh, means every breeze, every wind, every air, etc. The element of air, the Fae, up in the element of air, are known as wispy beings that change form. They're quite powerful and mysterious, but they do have much unlimited knowledge and inspiration to share. The Celtic wind castle of the East, this was yellow. Then there's the Norse that had the colour red, and they still believe that it was the dwarfs that ruled the air too because they held up the sky. The ancient Mayans believed the air was red, bacab. So it's all very different with the air. Now, yellow is the air's usual colour, but you can change it up for certain reasons. Mexican cultures, some of them not all, east was green and represented water. Now, the Native Americans have several different ways, but yellow is the colour usually. The eagle, well, I think it's Waboon, the keeper. And then we have the Enochian and the Kabbalistic say that Archangel Raphael rules the air and east. Now, Hebrew, their colour is also red, kadam, and that's the front it means. In Chinese, it's not uncommon to find the east green for wood and spring. Now, there are many beings associated with air. We have sylphs, zephyrs, and other fae. We have the phoenix, the Pegasus, Arabian Baroque, the firebird, the Sleipnir, the Arabian rook, the white eagles of Zeus, Garuda, winged griffin, winged serpent, gargoyle, jinn, genie, and the colour is yellow, but for Scots and Irish it's actually red. We have Paralda, the ruler. It's something that when you're working with magic, if you're wanting full-on air element, 6 a.m. is said to be the best time, dawn, and in the spring, because the air element is known for being hot and moist, with it being kind of like, I suppose to see it as a steam, which would be hot and moist. And Archangel Raphael is the one that would rule the east for air. Now, it does rule mental powers, and it also helps with the, let's say, mental ability to communicate and understand animals' behaviours, etc. So the power animals of light could be the crow, the kestrel, the falcon, and the griffin, where the power animal of dark would be a raven, a mynah bird, and bees. In tarot deck, it's usually wands, but some also say it is the swords of the tarot deck. So there's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. On a positive note, they are optimistic, full of joy, mental quickness, extremely intelligent. On a negative, they can brag, be flirty, and really not like responsibility. They prefer to free flow. The wand or scepter is said to be a good representation of air. Incense and visualization is also a very good representation of air. So, air spells are generally for gaining information, knowledge from ancestors. They can be for business work and logic, travel, anything legal in the courts, writing poetry, writing songs, divination, working with cards and such for divination. The air element or anyone under this element is generally very good at revealing the truth or seeing the truth in anything. Plant and tree growth, any creative painting, writing, etc. Nervous system healing and finding lost objects is said to be spells that would work very well under the air's command. Poralda, the ruler, yes, unpredictable. That's what I would say. And yeah, air itself and the air beings can be quite unpredictable and they can literally just vanish. They are extremely quick and rapid at movement. They have a fascination with weather. They do love inspirational ideas and they love creativity. They will share many secrets. They will help you with mental thought. However, you would require all elements in which to create a thought into a physical, because even though air enjoy sharing their ideas, they will not want it brought into physical. It's more of the fact that they like the process of the ideas and how the ideas work and being creative. But to turn it to physical needs all the elements because the air just don't want to do that. So the air fairies can be found in deserts, pretty deep in the desert actually, where you wouldn't necessarily find people. High places of mountain tops or around hills and glades, they like that kind of area. And that's because, to be honest, they are quite a huge force and they do need to run free and be running constant, just like Mother Earth's waters. They are very difficult to see. Now, the air elementals are also very difficult to see. They have next to no form at all, so they just blend into the background extremely well, especially for us humans to see. We would have to work some time to be able to see them all the time. They're not really any size. They can be any size they want. They usually just transform into whatever the environment allows them to, I suppose. They can change their form all the time, so it wouldn't matter. A size is not something they would think of because they just change. Now, if you were to see one, I will say that it's almost like they have no colour, but at the same time, even though they don't have any colour to them, they are, it's hard to explain, they're pale. They're like smoke, I guess, but thicker in form. As in, you can tell that that's a form rather than smoke. That's the best way to describe it. I don't really know how else to describe it. Now, they don't really associate with many people or work with many people. They do rarely actually associate with each other. The air fairies, they will stay away, and I'm talking numerous beings, not just one or two. They will stay in small groups if they are used to this group, but they're very solitude. You will hear them in the wind and the breezes. You can hear them. And like I say, they are very free-flowing, so they will aid you with any sort of free-flowing magic. They will be there and they will help aid changes in your life too, especially if they're dramatic changes. They will ease that transformation for you. Now, that's going to be the introduction to air, and what will be in the next is the air beings and the various ones. And honestly, there's a few that are really good to work with actually, but most of them they're what's the word I'm looking for, they are one on their own, pretty much like the air as in the zodiac. They're one of their own. Well, yeah, you could say that about these two. Definitely one of their own. Thank you for listening, guys. This is Introduction to Air, and the next time it will be the beings. Many blessings.